What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Antohony Joshua versus Robert Helenius, and this was a 12-rounder in the heavyweight division. And this fight was Saturday, August 12th, from the O2 Arena in London, England. And this fight was broadcasted on DAZN. And in this fight, Antohony Joshua was able to get a 7th-round brutal knockout victory over Robert Helenius. And leading up to the stoppage, this bout scored 57-57, a draw. I thought this fight was very, very close while it lasted. But Joshua just landed one punch to end the fight, closing out all the scorecards, and all that mattered was that that Joshua was just able to land that one shot and got the job done. So like I said before, I had this fight a draw leading up to the stoppage. Comment down below what your guys' scorecard is leading up to the stoppage, or what your guys' scorecard was, because I would imagine it's pretty close. I mean, this fight was very competitive while it did last, which isn't really a good look for Joshua. But just to get into my scorecard and just to break it down, the first round I gave to Helenius. I thought that was a clear Helenius round. He was just doing much, much more, landing some 1-2s. Joshua didn't really do enough. Then rounds 2, 3, and 4, I gave them all to Antohony Joshua. Helenius just wasn't doing enough. He was landing some good jabs on Joshua, and Joshua's eye looked like it was swelling up a little bit, but Joshua was just doing a bit more. He would land like one right hand on the ropes. Like usually each round, Helenius would try and gauge distance with the jab. Some of the rounds were pretty close, but Joshua would just go forward and land one solid right hand on Helenius while he's on the ropes and just close the round out. Then the 5th round, this was a very close round. Both of them landed very well, but Helenius landed a good right hand on Joshua, followed by another hook later on in the round, so I just edged the round to Helenius, but I could definitely see it going to Joshua. Then the 6th round, it was a close round, but Helenius did very good early with some jabs and some very good straight rights, and Joshua did pretty well late, but I edged it to Joshua for his early round, I edged it to Helenius for his early round and mid-round work in that 6th. But then, obviously, the 7th round, the end of the fight here, it ended with Antohony Joshua going forward. Helenius was on the ropes. He looked pretty tired at that point. I mean, you got to remember, Helenius last week and his training camp for his fight last week when he stepped in a leg replacement was an 8-round fight. So that's really what I would assume he was only training for. And he was pretty tired by that 7th round. So then Joshua landed one right hand on Helenius whilst he was on the ropes, knocking him clean out. It was a brutal knockout. Definitely would go in the highlight reel for Antohony Joshua. But, I mean, really, this goes into question, what is next for Antohony Joshua? So, obviously, many people think he's going to fight Deontay Wilder in his next fight, but let's just compare performances really quick. Antohony Joshua was arguably losing and had a really close fight up to stopping Robert Helenius, whilst Deontay Wilder, obviously, as most of you guys know, landed one shot, knocking Helenius out. And I know I didn't make any prediction video on this fight ever, talk about this fight much on my channel, but I mean, if there were to be a fight between Joshua and Wilder, at this point I'd say I'm edging in favor of Deontay Wilder to win. But nonetheless, I'm definitely down for it. Obviously, it would have been more exciting if that fight happened years ago when both were world undefeated champions. But obviously, Joshua gets through here over Helenius. He wasn't really impressing up until the stoppage, but got a very good highlight reel knockout. But obviously, for what's next for Joshua, I think he's going to fight Wilder probably in his next fight. But as for Robert Helenius, he's now 32-5. Had a fight last week, then stepped in here to fight Antohony Joshua on late notice. But, I mean, for Helenius, if he wants to continue on with his career, I mean, he's 39 years old. We could definitely see him fight again in Finland, just taking on a lower-level fighter, getting an easy knockout. And maybe we could see him back at it again, maybe rematching a Gerald Washington, maybe rematching a Derek Chisora, because I think he's around that level. I mean, he's an older guy, 39 years old. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight some of these other guys he's fought in his past and some decent fights, just like Washington, Chisora, maybe even someone else around that level, like top 30, top 20 in the heavyweight division. So overall, Antohony Joshua gets the 7th round knockout victory over Robert Helenius to improve to 26-3 with 23 knockouts. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.